Yo, welcome to the channel. Kyle Wilson here. We got another original VeVe and Ecomi video, and in this video we'll be talking about the Veveverse crack part 2, baby. Let's go. And we just want to talk about the price for a second as well and where it could go. Okay, can we see a $30 Omi price? Okay, so now we're here on the chart, and I just wanted to look at the chart here and tell you guys we have a Todd McFarlane Foundation right here. So as you can see, the technical analysis shows a little bit of a Batwing right here. You got Todd McFarlane, you got the Batman head right here, the Todd McFarlane Batman. So you can see that's a clear indication of where things are going. So you have a kind of handle spout pattern here, which could mean we're at 0.003 right now, holding steady. But we're also looking at this moving average, which on a serious note, that is actually a good bounce off of that, but this is not financial advice. But the price of Omi, we could see a $30 Omi price. And here, as we zoom into the chart, I'll show you exactly why. All right. So let me scroll down. As you can see on the side of the screen over here, we're at, let's see, forget a penny, which is like right here. Let's go ahead and forget 5 cents. We're gonna keep scrolling. There's a chart. We're gonna keep scrolling. Forget 10 cents. Nobody asked your opinion. Okay, so forget 10 cents, which is right here. Look at that technical pattern. Todd McFarlane pattern is really great. It's forming up really nicely on the longer time frame. 35 cents. There's a dollar right in here. Forget a dollar. Let's forget that. But you can see that. You can clearly see the pattern on the chart. That Todd McFarlane Batman forming up really nicely on the super long time frames and super long pattern here. As you can see, as I squeeze down the chart. Okay, so there we have $10 right here. The $10. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a perfect formation for us to get beyond $5, beyond 10, and as we break through the $20, we're looking at possibly $30 right here. As you can see, you can still see that formation coming up really nicely on the chart in the time frame. So, just kidding, guys. I just wanted to throw a little bit of a funny intro, rather. So, all right, let's just jump into the video. Could we see a Pokemon game on the Veveverse? All right, I'm gonna make a little case for that. So my big thing is looking into the past to understand the future. Okay, so with Pokemon and maybe the possibility that we could actually see it, and I'm not saying it's gonna happen. So before you read me, go to the comments and say, Kyle, what the heck are you thinking? Let's go ahead and just make a small case for that. All right, so hear me out, guys. Hear me out. All right, Becky, let me minimize you. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, Pokemon Go is a, obviously we don't really need to talk about what Pokemon Go is, but right here, this article says Unity, gaming engine that Pokemon Go was built on. Hey, isn't that the same platform that Ecomi is being built on? Yeah, I think so. Okay, Unity, the gaming engine that Pokemon Go is built on, is renowned for its ability to support multiple platforms. Multiple platforms. Very popular among mobile game developers. Mobile games and developers, huh? For popular games such as Ori, The Blind Forest, and Crossy Road. So yeah, and obviously Unity raised 181 million and beyond, and sure more probably from since then. This is an article from like 2016. So yeah, it's built on Unity, and as you guys saw in my previous video that I did, that Unity supports all these platforms and technologies below. Well, what do you know? Isn't that a Nintendo Switch right there? Huh, very interesting, right? So, and then you have iOS, Android, Windows, and all the other ones that you can see pretty much everywhere under the sun. Now we move to Niantic. Okay, Niantic, another one. Obviously, this is the one that's infamous, but they have a flagship program that you can build on for developers. They have their own developer kit, and it's called Lightship's Augmented Reality Developer Kit. Okay, it says right here, we are empowering creators to seamlessly and realistically bring virtual content to the real world. Niantic Lightship supports hundreds of millions of users through a client platform that sets standard for AR, mapping, social, and security as a part of our longer-term vision for AR. We are also building the 3D map of the world with our virtual positioning system and advanced tools to power a whole new type of contextual content at a global scale. All right, so we already know that. Their accomplishments and things like that. You can see some games going on. How cool that is, like literally bouncing off trees and things like that. It's really high tech, really cool stuff, right? You can see here, explore games powered by Niantic Lightship, Pokemon Go. You got Ingress, Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, Catan World Explorers, And then we move to the next one where it talks about real-time mapping. Okay, this is where it gets important because Reese has been hinting over and over and over, talking about real-world mapping essentially by hinting at it. Like, what if you could put a layer over your house and that's your spot in the Veveverse? What if you could do that? And, he's like talking about pinning stuff to the wall, pinning stuff. And as the last anime, he actually talked about, he used that verbiage, pinning. I thought that was very interesting. It says, create persistent, aka pinning, and realistic experiences. ARDK's meshing features translate the colors and produced by the user's camera and runs under a neural network and builds a mesh of tessellated triangles that create a machine-readable representation of the physical world. With this feature, your app will have a persistent and real-time map to create realistic AR interactions. For example, you can enable physics, where a user can throw a ball and have it bounce off a wall and roll off a table. Dan Carlos has mentioned something like Batman's running across a mantle. So, anyways, there you go. Multiplayer, VeVe games? Question mark. So, anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. You can also see semantic segmentation, where essentially, like, this is where the Veveverse could, look at that, layers over that, and the ship's like literally flying behind the building. So you're talking about kind of layers and things like that. Very interesting, right? So just to kind of further show you guys, like obviously Niantic still hiring for senior Unity developers. So it's something they're still doing. It says AR game prototyper, AR platform developer kit, AR mapping app. So that's the responsibility of the senior dev. Well, so they're very much into, building out that structure, the games and everything. It's inevitable. What I like to talk about is the AR cloud. The AR cloud is what I mentioned in my last video, which I think will be the first iterations of the Veveverse versus virtual reality. Because virtual reality, it's just a little bit different, and I think that will come long term. Okay, I really do. It may be ready, like the actual tech might be ready pre or before the AR glasses and things like that, but I really think the AR is going to come before the VR, and here's why. Okay, this talks about, by the way, this talks about the AR and why, basically you can pin stuff to the real world. It says the capability for digital content to be pinned to the real world objects such as enterprise machinery, real merchandise, and tourist landmarks. That means that the physical world has become a 3D interface for peer-to-peer communication. All right. And this guy talks about, like, essentially for B2B uses and things like that. So not only will it be for consumer use and for good applications, but also for commercial use. Not only that, the military just invested into HoloLens, which Microsoft runs, and they just got a contract from the military for military uses. So AR is definitely going to leapfrog and be at the forefront of, mixed reality or what have you. Okay. VR is not going anywhere. I think it'll just kind of, ferment and continue to develop. But there's more use cases for augmented reality, and a lot. Okay, there's a lot. There really is. This article says the AR cloud is a real-time 3D or spatial map of the world, highlighted in my last video, overlaid onto the real world. It enables information and experiences to be augmented, shared, and tied to a physical location to occur and persist across apps and devices. Soon you'll see companies create and develop their own custom versions. In parentheses, it says the Magic Verse from Magic Leap, for example, that will allow them to market various unique features and approaches. In essence, they'll all do the same thing, connect data in the cloud to mobile handsets that allow AR devices to become the gateways for our avatars. Avatars? Doesn't that sound familiar? And this new landscape of reality layered with virtual interactive information. Doesn't that sound more like the Veveverse? Okay. Why is it going to be transformational? Or why is it going to be transformational? Simply because it'll be extremely lucrative. Yeah. So yeah, and then it talks about, like, or you could overlay buy ticket button on top of your physical theater, show posters for users to purchase tickets. That would actually be sick. But here's a quick little video. It's just like, this is a, made, it's not real, but it's very interesting.
No es lo que quiero decir. ¿Para dónde
This is some guy or some girl like walking through like reality, but then it, like everything's popping up. By the way, this is, they way overdid this. They should have simplified this.
No. Adiós.
But anyways, like as you can see, like that could, you know, that's the extreme possibilities of it. But yeah, like imagine Amazon and Google and Apple like taking full advantage of this, and obviously like the Veveverse and gaming and collecting. It's just insane, right? And then when you can deploy it on multiple devices and things like that, then you're talking money in the bank, right? You're talking like it's just gonna be fun, immersive, and lucrative. So yeah, it's definitely the future for sure. And I wanted to notate Al Khan in his interview as well. Like I've been saying this actually before that Al Khan interview, that VeVe could become a marketplace. I said that from the get-go. I said I've been saying that Ecomi could be something much greater than even what the Ecomi team originally thought, right? And Al Khan actually confirmed that. Like he confirmed at least what my thoughts were and my speculations were confirmed, and some of you guys' speculation as well, that VeVe, he said the Walmart, but that's just like an OG reference to like basically like a place of commerce, a place of, you know, where Walmart is literally a juggernaut, right? And Poor Man Printing referenced it as well. Like he said Amazon, and I think that's probably a better comparison because Amazon's way more tech savvy. But you know, it's, yeah, you get the picture, right? But that's exactly what I've been saying the entire time in my channel, that Ecomi could literally be something much greater than we thought. All right. So what could we see maybe at Comic-Con or way farther out in the future? So I just want to speculate on that a little bit. So let's go ahead and dive into that real fast. Like as you guys know, like going back to this article, the famous announcement, man, of Marvel and VeVe. So I just wanted to highlight that. Does the app currently offer, or the app, the only app currently of its kind, VeVe's unique mixed reality adds a digital layer to the world around us, allowing fans to interact with their collection and bring their favorite toys, statues, and collectibles to life. Fans will also be able to share their own curated collections of photos, videos, and virtual showrooms with their friends and the community, using the app's features. All right, that's literally going to be like the AR cloud for each, you know, each company that comes out with it. And the Veveverse, like Ecomi is ahead of the game on that, guys, I'm telling you. And then so yeah, that article mentions that, so that sounds like another part of the Veveverse. Another thing to notate is the program and scheduling on Comic-Con's website. Maybe we could see the team appear in maybe a Benjamin Saunders, who's a chief curator for Marvel, and then, or it says, yeah, chief curator, Marvel Universe of Superheroes. So they do a 60th anniversary of the Fantastic Four, but it says bringing together special guests. So I don't know. Maybe you will see something there. We heard in the AMA that, you know, Comic-Con still got to add them to the exhibit list. I don't know what's going on with that, but maybe they'll be added to one of these exhibits. And I may have heard that they may have their own exhibit. I can't remember. Or I think Reese kind of just said that he would imagine that whatever exhibit or whatever panel that they are in, that it would obviously just be about that topic, which is kind of common sense, right? So if they're in a Marvel, you know, if they're in a Marvel panel or exhibit, then they would talk about that. But as I mentioned before, also Todd McFarlane has something big too. He's talking about Spawn, you know, his record-breaking sales, and he's talking about his latest entertainment project, toy lines, and newest comic titles and spin-offs. Okay, pretty interesting as well. This one also says special guests and does not say who. Okay, and there's all the rest of the exhibits and panels are like, they have all the names there. So it's very interesting that those two in specific do not have the name. So I'm kind of on the lookout for that and keep checking back for that. Another thing to notate, back on my last video, I mentioned Madefire. Unfortunately, they went under this year, or in April. But I just wanted to play this video of the possibilities of what could be in the future of the Veveverse, okay? Back it up just a minute. Pause. Injustice, Gods Among Us? Wait a minute, I know that from somewhere. Oh yeah, it's in the VeVe Terms of Service. Injustice, Gods Among Us. And guess what? Comics. DC Super Friends Collection Comics. Just want to point that out, guys. I don't know. You tell me. I'm just pointing that out. That right there. Does that not look familiar when you're putting your collectible out there in your room? Look how sick that looks. Yo. Yo. Okay, once Lidar is enabled, and how, like, that, And I'd imagine Ecomi has already explored VR, like virtual reality with the goggles, but the barrier to entry for the average consumer is just too much. But everybody has a phone. Everybody already has a phone. Guess what's going to be driving the Apple glasses and Google Glass? Your phone. And guess what? With LiDAR technology, that enables things like this. So there's no need for this like super fancy virtual reality goggles or whatever. I mean, like Magic Leap, for instance, yeah, it's a great, like, in HoloLens, super expensive, and I guess those are technically augmented reality, but the technology, it's just too expensive. But with these glasses, you already have a device, you already have your phone, and with LiDAR built into your glasses, which Apple is going to use, it's already known that that's what they're going to use. It's already like on your phone, I believe, too, like the iPhone 12s. This is very possible. Pretty crazy, guys. Pretty crazy. All right. So that pretty much brings it to the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think, man. I could keep going on and on about that. Just with everybody, that's the future. And Reese even keeps saying it, like every AMA and like every opportunity, he literally keeps saying, and I think the team, it's like, you know, they see the future as you're sitting on your couch, you just throw on your AR glasses, with you and your spouse, and it's just going to become a common wearable, just like, you know, your iWatch or whatever. You already have your phone, which is going to power your glasses as far as like the processing goes. So I see that way more feasible than I do, you know, purchasing a whole separate actual virtual reality versus, you know, you just throw in your glasses, and then there's way more use cases. So I see that with the AR cloud being a much more realistic possibility, and that's where I see the Veveverse going into that direction, and that's where I see the price going, is $30. Just kidding. You get the idea, guys. I just want to do that intro for the fun, but let me know what you guys think below. Did you think that was funny, that intro? As always, guys, thanks for watching the video. Subscribe and smash that like button if you like the video. If you don't like it, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe bell. Help me break through the algorithm, because it helps me and my channel out, but ultimately it helps you see content like this. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And as always, be like an NFT, be authentic, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.